This video is made for adult collectors because him and his buddies go on a murderous rampage through the city. It's quite a lot. The designers at San Diego Comic-Con said we were going to get the rest of the Age of Extinction Dinobots after they finish the 86 ones. So can we please hurry up with the 86 ones? We know Snarl's coming, Swoop, and then Age of Extinction. A lot of these need updates. Well, all but Scorn. Scorn I've already looked at in a video, but like that's old and I've improved my shooting style quite a bit. So I want to take another crack at this toy because I was messing with it the other day and I forgot how fantastic this 2017 toy is. Released in the same wave as my literal favorite Bavers toy ever, Nitro Zeus. The Voyagers in general were just bangers. Scorn looks fantastic. I'm glad they kept the red deco from the old deluxe, just adding more silver to give it some more flair. The silver gradient looks sharp and... oh... yeah, that. So out of the box, his hips, knees, and ankles were some of the loosest things I've experienced on a toy outside of New Age Magnus. It's all pinned too, so it's gonna be a bit difficult to fix. I can do it, I'm just too lazy. He's also pretty top heavy, so that doesn't help either, but that's really my only problem because holy hell, this thing is fantastic. I love how he can stand there with the tail slightly over his shoulder like in the film. That was an instant sell for me when I figured out his tail could articulate, because the originals was just a straight thing. There is a lot of tooling, and if I'm being honest, it's a bit much. It's one of the few Bavers designs that looks too busy to me in toy form. I wish the tiny arms also had a place to hide other than just sitting up on the shoulder saying, "Hi, how are you?" And I wish the sail could clean up a bit more on the back, but From a lower angle to give him height, he looks badass. I love the head. The crimson chin is huge, but it doesn't limit the posing that much, which is nice. Loved when they did the night design helmets thing. They were so cool. I do prefer the Deluxe's head sculpt over the Voyagers, but the Voyagers is more film accurate, so, you know, whatever you want. So there's a lot of cool stuff that this does, but at the same time, there's some stuff that it's missing, and then there's the loose ankles. That's kind of annoying. The head, as I said, is not really limited left and right, which is really nice because the chin's huge, so you'd think it, but up and down, it's not the greatest. However, if you move the backpack back just a tiny bit, you can get him to look up more using the transformation joint. So that's pretty cool. I like that. There's no down, which is unfortunate because he's supposed to be massive, but whatever. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go in and out on both sides. You have a bicep swivel on both sides. Now on this side, it's sculpted to be a gorilla arm, but you can simply just use the wrist swivel to get rid of it being a gorilla arm, which is nice. Bends 90 degrees, and he's got finger articulation for some reason. I don't know why, but I'll take it. The tail has a joint here, and then joints within it, so you can get it to like do whatever basically, which is awesome. That'll come more into, okay, I'll talk about that. That'll come more into play in alt mode, but it's still really cool. This is annoying. This just like, oh yeah, oh there it goes. It just comes out. It's kind of a nuisance. This side doesn't really do it as much, which is really nice, but this side, and there it goes. Pin. Nothing at the waist, which I think he is missing and would really benefit from. The way this transforms, it just would not work, but it would be nice. These can move up and down for reasons. These can move up and down as well for actually good reasons. The hips can go out about that far. You can't do the full splits. They can go forward and they can go back. You have a English is hard. You have a thigh swivel. You have a knee bend that when you bend it, these get in the way, but you can just move them out of the way and bend them. So that's nice. I like it. Bends just about a full 90, but it looks weird because the dino foot is there. And then the ankles can go down and up, and you have ankle pivot, which is nice. But because the down and up is so loose, he falls over. But I do like how much poseability he has for being a toy from 2017, because they still didn't have like a standard articulation thing at that point. Ankle tilts, waist joints, wrist swivels, they all weren't standard like they are today. So it's still nice to see all this stuff. He's probably the most poseable out of the Last Night Voyagers, because Hound is fine, but he's very bulky. Megatron is missing a couple things. Prime is, well, Prime. And then there's Grimlock and Nitro Zeus. They're both kind of limited. So I like this a lot. The transformation is extremely complex and can be a little frustrating at times, especially in the shoulders. The instructions were terrible, let's just say that. And I had to go through so many different videos until I could figure out exactly how to do it. So his transformation does something very interesting, and I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing, but we're just going to get started here because it's the arms that do the interesting. This is so satisfying, by the way. Just, well, when it doesn't get caught because I'm not paying attention. You love it. I love it. So, well, and this is the loose knees. The loose knees are showing themselves. So it comes down to the arms here. When you bring them out, right, and rotate. Oh, I can't rotate it yet. Bring all of this out. This becomes a bit of a mess, as you can see. I am in pain. Get this whole section out, get the dino head out, fold the robot head in. All right, now we can see the exposed tabs. These weird looking tabs here, and then these weird looking tabs here. So the arms rotate and go up, right? And you'd think, oh, you just rotate them, pull them up, call it a day. No. Because of the way that they sit on the shoulder, you can see the shoulder sticking out here, it won't get past it. So what they do to accomplish that, let's just zoom in here, is the entire shoulder joint moves. The whole thing moves so that the tab can meet the slot there. It is very frustrating getting this plugged in because you can't really see what you're doing in there. So it gets really annoying. Like I straight up just can't see what I'm doing. What the hell? Like 1,000 things just fell off my desk. That was interesting. There we go. Now it's pegged into place. Because you can't see anything. It straight up just does not want to go into place. Here, now the arm down here is supposed to peg in. That doesn't. That just straight up does not, it does not peg in at all. The tab doesn't actually reach the slot. So yeah, that's a bit strange, but there you go. Dinosaur. Spinosaurus aegypticus is my favorite dinosaur, and this is so sick. Oh, 3 sails. Oh, it's not accurate. It's really like blah, blah, blah. I don't care. It's a fantasy sci-fi action movie with a transforming dinosaur. It looks badass. Only issue I have is the arm underneath. I kind of wish there was like a better way to tuck that into the torso because like I said, it doesn't tab in. It's just annoying. The silver flows super well along the back of the dino, and now I know why the deco is a little bit of a mess in the robot mode. It's in service of the dinosaur mode, which he's in most of the way throughout the movie, so kind of makes sense. I display him in dinosaur mode because it looks awesome. I wish the eyes were more pronounced because you can't really see them in that little slit they got going on there. It's accurate to the film, but I wish the blue was a lot more vibrant, or if the slits were just a little bit thinner so you could actually see the blue behind there, because there is blue paint on the eye behind there. It's just very difficult to see it. I love the tail articulation though. He doesn't have a lot of joints, but where they're placed and how they work, you can articulate it and you can make it super expressive. It can go pretty much anywhere you want. I love that. The rest of the posing is just like the robot with ball jointed arms and 2-jointed neck and a jaw that opens and all that. So you can get him into a lot of really cool dinosaur poses. He's probably one of the more posable Dinobots we've ever gotten because of that tail, the way the head works, and how free the legs can move. It's just a nice figure in general. I highly recommend you pick it up. It's not badly priced out there. I've seen it go for retail both in person and online, so I definitely say it's worth a pickup. We do have the promise of another one coming in the next few years, so I know a lot of people who like to buy one specific version of the character might not want to go for this because we will be getting a studio series, but I think you'd still be doing a disservice to yourself if you don't pick this up because of how interesting, how unique, and how badass it is. It's just a lot of fun. That's my look at the Last Night Voyager class Scorn. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.